Welcome to the Advice Show, media with a common sense approach. Now, this is a video I have been waiting to do for a little while. I've been chomping at the bit to get at Hillary Clinton because it wouldn't be fair to Donald Trump that I got at him, and Hillary Clinton has done a whole lot worse to the black community than Donald Trump has ever done. So there's a video that just came out yesterday while they was dragging Hillary Clinton on with the hashtag #WitchHillary on Twitter, and she was confronted by a woman speaking to her about a comment she stated back in 1996. Now, before I play that comment, let's play exactly what Hillary said about black kids in 1996 so you can understand the next video we will show. Let's go ahead and roll that first clip.
Not just gangs of kids anymore. They are often the kinds of kids that are called super predators. No conscience, no empathy. We can talk about why they ended up that way, but first we have to bring them to heal. 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 Bring them to heal.
Okay, so you heard Hillary Clinton calling black kids super predators. She didn't call kids who do things that are criminal in nature super predators. She made sure to talk about black kids. So make sure we keep that in mind. And she said we must bring them to heal. Now, in the next clip, Hillary Clinton is going to be confronted at a private event. They had to pay $500 to get into just to hear this woman speak, like she'll have enough money as it is. And she's confronted by an activist by the name of Ashley Williams about her comment in the video you just saw. Let's go ahead and roll that clip.
To bring apologize for mass incarceration. Okay, we'll talk about it. I'm not a super predator, Hillary Clinton. Okay, fine, we'll talk about it. Apologize to black people for mass incarceration. Well, can I talk? And then maybe you can listen to what I say. Okay, thank you very much. There's a lot of issues in this campaign. The very first speech that I gave back in April was about criminal justice reform and about predators. You're being rude. It's not appropriate. This is not appropriate.
Now, you saw in the video, Ashley just asked her about the super predator comment. Am I a super predator? Did she do what the women did to Bernie Sanders and just take his microphone? Did she yell? Did she scream? Did she do any of those antics? No, she asked her a simple question with a sign about words that she has stated about being a super predator and bringing them to heel. Now, her husband and her brought in mass incarceration in this nation, private prisons. That's her and her husband. It wasn't Donald Trump. It's her and her husband. And nobody wants to call them to the carpet. Hillary Clinton is the enemy of the black community. Even in the book, The New Jim Crow, The Mass Incarceration in the Age of Colorblindness by Michelle Alexander, she details this all the way through how Bill Clinton and his wife have brought in all this mass incarceration, how even when you get out of prison and you have a felony on your record, you can't get an apartment, and if anybody lets you stay with them, they'll get kicked out of their apartment. All that's Bill Clinton that has done this stuff, especially for nonviolent offenses. When a lot of people get into trouble with drugs in this nation, all people, not just one group of people. But Hillary Clinton is not a friend of the black community. Look how she had talked to that girl. She talked to her and responded to her like, how dare she? Who is she to interrupt me? Number two, her attitude to me was, how dare this little interrupt me in front of my meeting? Oh, yeah, that's how I feel about Hillary Clinton and the way she responded. Because she didn't respond about anybody who cared about a comment she made. And let's say somebody would say, well, that was 96, Philip. She could have changed her mind. The way she did that showed me she still think about black people as super predators, and she know black people are stupid. Oh, yeah, a lot of black people are stupid, and she know this. Because let me tell you the difference between a lot of black people and white folks. When she talks to white folks, she got to bring them a plan on how she going to do stuff for them. When it comes to black folks, she just need a conversation. Let's repeat that again. White folks get a plan, black folks get a conversation. What does a conversation get you? Nothing. Nothing without a plan. We need to have a conversation about race. We can have that right here. We need to have a conversation about mass incarceration, systematic racism. We can have that here. Why do we need to put you in the White House, Hillary? You see, y'all need to think. You got your black folks, the Congressional Black Caucus. Yeah, we're behind Hillary. And she's not doing nothing for black people but a conversation. Y'all aren't tired of conversations? What has conversation gotten you? It hasn't changed your unemployment rate. It hasn't changed the mass incarceration. If anything, if I was Hillary and I had to respond to that, I would say this. You know what? I did say that back in 1996, and I was terribly wrong in how I worded that. I was trying to address the crime, but I shouldn't have said things like that, and I really apologize. And how I'm going to fix mass incarceration, we're going to get rid of the 3 strikes law. We're going to end private prisons. That's on my first agenda. We're going to get all these people out of jail for nonviolent offenses, and most people in prison right now are for nonviolent offenses, not murders and rapes and serial killing and terrorism. It's nonviolent offenses. And just have a sound plan and talk to her if you really care about black people. This woman don't care a thing about black people. All she got to do is be disrespectful and go to Sandra Bland's mother and say, put her on the campaign trail with her. She didn't come to Houston not one time for any trial or any deposition or nothing with Sandra Bland at the federal courthouse. She didn't. But yeah, you want to go tap that woman's shoulder to go on the campaign trail with you. Go ahead, because a lot of black people, you're slave-minded. You think the Democrats going to do something for you. You don't even know the Democrats was the ones terrorizing you in the 60s in the Ku Klux Klan. Did you know that? That's history. Look it up. But this woman supports Margaret Sanger, say that's her hero. Margaret Sanger was a rabid racist. She wanted you dead, black people, with the Negro Project. Look that up. But yet that's her hero. This woman's a feminist. What feminism has ever done for black people? Not a thing. This woman has destabilized Africa. And that's the main thing I can't stand about this woman. She sat there and lied on Gaddafi in Libya, said this man was hurting his own people when this man was trying to unite Africa into one nation. And he was starting to do it. He was going to make the currency a gold dinar. And they was going to cut out the West and all these European countries out of the continent of Africa unless they trade or do anything with gold. Africa has so much gold in that nation, they don't know what to do with. Diamonds, coltan. Coltan is what they use for your phone. All the resources in the world, it's like never ending in Africa. That's why they can't keep their behinds out of there. And they don't want Africa united. They don't want Africa with one currency, ready to control everything. That's why they lied. They went to their state-run media, all of them, because even America has state-run media, CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, all state-run media. They just don't call it that, like the Chinese probably would call theirs. They lie, and they say they got weapons, and they killing their own people. This woman went out here and armed terrorists, like they're trying to do in Syria right now, arming terrorists. This woman sit there and celebrated the death of Gaddafi, saying, we came, we saw, he died. Her and Nicolas Sarkozy of France, those two have helped destabilize Africa. And the same savage terrorists that's in Libya, the first thing they went done was kill black Libyans. Gaddafi wasn't killing his people. He was giving college students free college in Libya. Even if they want to go to college in America, he would pay for it. When they go to college, even in Libya, they was getting free apartments. He was doing all kind of stuff for his people. Libya had no debt. They had rich oil resources, everything. And this woman could not stand, and France and NATO couldn't stand to see Africa united. It's just like here in the United States of America. Unity of the black community is danger to them because they know if we unify what we could do. Anybody speaking unity, oh, let me go ahead and try to attack that. So forget Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton is not a friend of the black community. You saw how she handled this black young lady, asked her a question or something that she said, not making it up, not screaming Black Lives Matter, just asking her what she said. And any black person that vote for Hillary Clinton, you're silly. You're silly. If you're going to vote Democrat, vote Bernie Sanders, because at least he haven't done that. Now, let's be truthful. He did vote for the crime bill of Bill Clinton. He did vote for that. But it's one vote. You know, and you can take that how you want. And maybe he will speak about that. But this woman said, you are super predators, and we need to bring you to heel. This woman is not your friend. Call me whatever you want. But Hillary Clinton is not the friend of the black community. And that's just that simple. So now you know, you see how she handled a black girl who asked her, am I a super predator? She didn't even say, no, young lady, you're not a super predator. She didn't even say that. She just dismissed her. Wow, Hillary. I mean, you that silly? Did I even realize the cameras was on you? Oh, and somebody snapped a picture of the people that was at the meeting. Who put that picture up? You see who's at the meeting? Ain't no black folks. But yet she loved black people. Stop being so silly, black people. Let these Democrats keep you on that liberal plantation. They're not doing nothing for you but a conversation. But once again, like I say, for everybody else, they gonna bring in a plan. Stop being silly. Stop being gullible. Do some research. Put your nose in a book and get off of world star hip hop and some other things that you do that's not educating yourself. Being unlearned is killing you constantly. This same woman was mad at Barack Obama saying he used his race to get votes. This woman has issues with black people. Trust me, she do. She don't really like us like that. She don't give us a plan. She don't talk about how she's going to fix what her husband has done. None of that sort of thing. But yet y'all all galvanized for Hillary Clinton. And you wonder why we as a community don't get anywhere. You wonder why no politician has to do anything for us. Even your first black president don't have to do nothing for you, because you don't demand a plan of action, nor do you bring a plan of action to them. You see, we have to understand some things, black people. We have to demand things. We can't ask, we can't beg, we can't cry, we can't say feel sorry for us because of what we went through for over 400 years. We have to demand and say this is what we want, and we not backing off until we get it. The day is over with for begging people. The day is over with for trying to get people to feel sorry for us. It's not working. This is why I say do for self. This is why I say demand. Nobody who gets ahead in life get by crying, begging, and pleading and feel sorry for me. And we have to stop doing that, create our own economy, create our own businesses, create our own everything, education, and everything else that we're supposed to create for ourselves. We have the opportunity to do that. And when it comes to these politicians, you earning our vote. You're not getting it just saying, I feel your plight. I can feel my own plight. I don't need you to come by and tell me that and get my vote. You're going to earn that junk by delivering me a sound plan on paper. What you going to do? And if you don't do it, then we're going to galvanize the community and vote you out. It's just that simple. But that takes responsibility, what I just said. That takes discipline. That takes carrying the weight of your community on your shoulders with respect and dignity enough to say, you're going to respect us and not play us like we're stupid. Black people of America, listen to me. Do not vote for this woman. She's not your friend. She's not a friend of Africa. She's not a friend of your children. She has done more things to incarcerate black people. This woman and her husband is responsible for the single parenting epidemic in the black community right now. Most of the black men who's locked up are locked up for drug offenses. They're not locked up for murders like you think. Actually, if you read the numbers, most people who's locked up, it has nothing to do with blacks at this point, is locked up for nonviolent offenses. And yet her husband and her want to call you super predators, and you wonder why you're locked up more than anybody else. She didn't call everybody else a super predator. Other people was committing crimes as well at that time period, not just black folks. But she made sure to target you and your family and say you're super predators, and you wonder why we have the issues we're having. And you want to put another Clinton in the White House. And if you put this woman in the White House, you get what you deserve. Because remember, all it takes to get your vote, it's just a conversation. But everybody else, just they got to present a sound plan. And they have to repeat it over and over and over. They have to put it on their website. They have to make sure that's what they're going to do. You can't have conversation with other groups of people. And that's why they get ahead of you a lot of times. Because they understand if you want something, you got to demand it to earn a vote. You're not going to get it by just empty conversation. And we can sit here and just have all day long on this YouTube channel if we want to discuss plights and the way we feel. Make sure you support independent media, which is the grassroots movement. Check the link out in the description box to our Patreon. Hit me up in the comments, future commentaries, subscribe.